Many years ago, me and my husband received, 2008 actually to be exact, we received a promise from God about a certain nation that He had called us to and that we had an inheritance in, right? And only in 2022 did we actually go to the nation because God had said it's time and He was going to open up a door for us to go. And so He did, and we went. But a second opportunity came up in the same year. And this time, my husband was going to go alone with my spiritual father at the time. While I was praying about that, I felt the Lord say to me, this is as much your inheritance and you need to trust me that you're also going to go on this trip. So I didn't say anything to my husband. I left it. I just prayed. I said, fine, Lord, I'm going to trust you for the impossible, but I feel faith for this. I feel like I should contend for this. I feel like I should pray for this and trust you for this. And then right before they were about to take the trip, it was like 3 or 4 days before, my spiritual father's visa didn't come through, so he wouldn't be able to fly. And so he said, why doesn't your wife go? Because you can't go alone. And so last minute arrangements, the Lord makes a way. I get this ticket. However, their 2 tickets were tied together, which means if one of them couldn't go, that would complicate that both tickets would be cancelled. And so we were with the call center of this airline, and I kid you not, I'm not joking when I say for hours. And there was so much resistance. There was ridiculous resistance. Operators didn't understand what we were saying. We didn't have reception. We didn't have power on our plot that we stayed on at the time. So there was so much complication with the networks, and we didn't give up. And the reason we didn't give up is because God had settled us with a word. And that means that when God speaks a word of faith and He says this is yours, that the resistance you get, you have to push through, and you have to trust Him that He's going to turn it all for good. So we didn't want to accept that Satan had the last say, and that we contended with confidence until finally it all got sorted out. And 3 days later, I was on a flight with my husband to this nation. And so really what I want to say to you today is Caleb looked at the situations and the promises and the land God had called him into, and he had eyes of faith. And God said, because of that, you would inherit these places. Wherever you tread, you will get it. But he had eyes, and actually Caleb's name meant wholehearted. And I think the key, that when the Lord speaks promises over us, it's key to endure through the resistance. And it's key to recognize that God doesn't want us to renegotiate our obedience. He wants us to stay committed wholeheartedly and keep contending until we see the redemption of the Lord come into that situation. When He speaks a word, that settles it, and we need to fight for it. I love Joshua 14, and this is about Caleb, and it says in verse 12, he says, now give me this hill country about which the Lord spoke that day. For you heard on that day that the giants were there with great fortified cities. Perhaps the Lord will be with me, and I shall drive them out, just as the Lord had said. When you have a promise, you endure with wholeheartedness because the Lord is with you. And we need to know and not settle for less than what God has said. And know that when you're going through that resistance, He will be with you. Look at the possibilities, not the problems. Have faith that God is faithful. He's wholeheartedly committed to us. And like Caleb, we say wholeheartedly committed to staying the course and trusting Him that we will see what He has spoken over our lives.